Representative Schakowsky, quick question for you. You called the special committee a witch hunt, and then used some very vague terms in describing that. I'm just trying to understand a few things, because I did watch some of the videos, and I did not watch all of them. But I'm wondering, does Planned Parenthood, in fact, sell fetal tissue?
Actually, Planned Parenthood is no longer in the business of providing fetal tissue, and the word sell was never correct. There were some Planned Parenthood clinics, and only a minority of them do any abortions. And even those that do, it's only about 5% of what they do. But there were some clinics that did provide to researchers donations of fetal tissue with the cost of transport, et cetera, covered. But
So
there was no selling. That implies profit. That implies, some sort of remuneration beyond what it costs, and that did not happen, ever.
Actually, that doesn't want to imply to me. When you sell something, you deliver something to somebody and you get money in return. Whether you make a profit or not is different than whether you sell something. You may be a bad business person.
No, you don't sell it. They didn't sell it. They donated it, and the costs were covered for transportation.
Okay. So we disagree about the term sale, but it is true, and is it not, that some Planned Parenthood clinics traded or in some way gave fetal tissue that was derived from abortions to research facilities, and in return received money?
No, I mean, I still want to disagree, because I think it sounds like they received money for their work or for additional work. It was only to cover the cost of that particular transaction. It was never money for Planned Parenthood to conduct any other business at all.
Would you find it immoral for an agency to, and I'm going to try to use your terms here, to donate tissue to a facility in return for money and profit?
That's the law.
I didn't ask you that. That's a
I
good
agree.
answer.
No, I think it's immoral, and that was passed with bipartisan support to allow, some years ago, I can't remember the year, fetal tissue, the use of fetal tissue, but to prohibit its use, its sale for profit. I agree with that. I wasn't here at the time, but I agree.
So you find it immoral and you find it illegal, and yet when there's an allegation of such conduct, you think it is improper for the United States Congress to look into that violation of law.
When that allegation is based on false and doctored and manufactured videos, yes, I do think that it is improper.
You didn't say improper. You said witch hunt. That's pretty inflammatory language.
And I think there was a lot of inflammatory language used about what was being done, and it was being done legally by Planned Parenthood. There was a lot of inflammatory language that was being used to discredit Planned Parenthood.
Would you be opposed to elephant tusks being donated to an agency and having the costs of that reimbursed?
I really resent that question.
How about sea
That's
turtles?
so different. It's so different.
Would you object to sea turtles? Any problem with tigers being donated and the costs being reimbursed?
The Congress of the United States decided some years ago that it was perfectly legal on a bipartisan basis that fetal tissue, and yes, fetal tissue that might be derived from an abortion, could be used for scientific research that could cure human ailments. That was already decided. I do not support ivory. I don't support the sale of endangered species. That is an entirely different thing, and to connect that to this is absolutely outrageous.
And I agree with you. I think that there should be no connection between the value of human tissue and the value of animal tissue.